Can you still see me here? Lower down. All right. All right. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Do I sound all right? Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. All right. You have both speaker and screen? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming out to Nerd Night tonight. Yay! We are really, really happy to have this Nerd Night tonight, and we're really grateful to our three speakers, Raktim, Olga, and Ali, for agreeing to delay our July Nerd Night to August. And we're very grateful to Scotty from OIST, who has agreed to do the live streaming for us. Thank you very much. Woo! A reminder, I've just taken my mask off, but I would ask that everybody here, please return your mask to your face when you're not eating or drinking or talking. Oh, especially when you're talking, please wear your mask. Right, so what is Nerd Night? Okay, some house rules first, actually. This is a learning and curiosity-driven space. Please be mindful of this. Raise your hand when you want to discuss or ask questions. Keep your language simple and respectful. There are lots of different backgrounds here and lots of non-native English speakers. Respect people's pronouns, and if you've ordered and your buzzer goes off while someone is speaking, please switch it off as soon as possible. There's a little button on the side, so when it starts to beep and vibrate, just hit that button on the side. And please keep your cell phone on silent. We have a website, and I wrote a small blurb on what happened for our reboot for Nerd Night Okinawa, the reboot. It's at okinawa.nerdnight.com. If you want to read up updates on previous Nerd Nights, please go here. If you're interested in being a speaker for Nerd Night Okinawa, please reach out on any of our social media or at the Gmail account. The kind of speakers we're looking for, either expert, academia, technical, unusual, and underappreciated. Hobbies, arts, interests, amateurs, and fandoms. Current events. and activism. And that could be whether you're talking, advocating for a topic using Nerd Night to advocate for that, or if you want to talk more about the technical aspects of your activism and the hurdles you overcame in the process. I'd like to just hand over to Meg. Where is Meg? So we are hosted for free by the lovely folk of Esparza's Tacos and Coffee, and we'll hear a little bit from Meg about the events coming up at Esparza's.
Thank you. Okay. Hi, everyone. Thank you. Thank you, Chris. My name is Meg Barnett, and I'm just helping out on the event side of Esparza. So first, can I ask just for a round of applause for our staff back there for just taking care of the food. Gomen. So Wana-san is our head chef. He's back there right now. Wana-san, thank you. That was for you. Kaito-san, thank you for doing everything when it came to the technology. Thank you everyone for helping out tonight and getting the place set. Yes. So, yeah, really, Hick-san also is our manager. And kind of between the three of us, me, Wana-san, and Hick-san, we're kind of restarting the event scene here at Esparza's. So I'll talk about the events we have coming up. And if you are interested, please come or please let other people know. You're also welcome if there's an event that you don't see on the calendar and you're interested and you want to start something. This is a spot that we're very interested in helping you and using the space. So after Nerd Night, this month we have Happy Tales, and that's Nayuta and her mom. They have rescue dogs. And so you can come hang out with some of the dogs, but there's no pressure to adopt. It's really just come, hang out, learn about their nonprofit. Literally, the dogs are right out here on this patio, and they're there from 11 to 2, one Saturday every month. And then we have open mic night. So that will be the last Saturday of every month, and that's open to really anyone, poets, musicians, singers, sound healing, really anything that you have that you want to share in a community setting. This is the space for it. Isabella Summers is right here, and she'll be speaking a bit tonight. Her art is up, and she'll also be performing at open mic. So please, you'll get a taste of what she has to offer tonight, and you can learn more about her and what she does at open mic night. So that's it. Thank you. Back to you, Chris. Thanks.
Yes. Thank you, Meg. That's great. And yes, we can't say thank you enough to Marcus Esparza's and the staff that have been incredibly welcoming for us here at Nerd Night. It wouldn't be Nerd Night, and it wouldn't happen actually without the people here. Right. Please follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We have the same handle everywhere. So it's at Nerd Nite Oki, and the night is spelled Nite. You can also email us at nerdniteoki@gmail.com. Before we move on to our speakers, again, as Meg mentioned, we are lucky enough tonight to have the artist responsible for the gorgeous exhibit that you see here on the walls tonight, and we're going to hear a little bit more about that from her. Isabella, hi. Thank you so much.
Can I pick it? Sure. Pick it up? Thank you. I should just press this, right? Mm. Okay. Hi, everyone. I am Isabella. Nice to meet you. Today, I'm going to share with you Okinawa's unique art taste. It can be summarized in 6 words: mixing East, West, tradition, and revolution. If you understand what it means, I think you can skip my presentation and go ahead to enjoy some of these art here. But if you can spare a few more minutes with me, I'm going to introduce myself a little bit more and also my Okinawa-inspired art. Many of you knows me as an artist, but I'm also an art collector because I know artists need support. I know artists need people to support their creativity. Where I'm from Hong Kong. I was born in a large family, a family of 10 members. I had a very humble beginning. I lived in a small public housing of 40 square meters. 10 persons in the family share only one bathroom. And I was told I couldn't make a living with art. At best, or the ceiling achievement for us who love art would be become an art teacher. And I have been a teacher for 14 years. I did very well at my job. I received awards. Students and parents loved me, but I was not happy. I felt like something was missing in my life. And I turned to my ex-boyfriend and now my husband and asked, what should I do? And he said, he's a very brave person. He said, you never listen to your heart's calling. You should follow your soul's purpose. And he did what he said. He quit his banking job to become a writer. So what's your soul's purpose? I think 99% of the people on this earth never answer this question. And for 29 years in Hong Kong, this year, I decided to take a course, master degree of visual arts at Hong Kong Baptist University. At that time, I was having a full-time job. I was very busy and stressful. My boss told me I should take a job-related course. I should not take an art course. And then I was not fat, I was pregnant. And also, many people say I should not take something related to art. But I'm so glad I followed my heart and then forget all about those blockages. And it turns out to become one of the best decisions I have ever made. I met so many interesting people, so many interesting artists, art collectors, art educators. The list can go on. It opened a brand new possibilities for me. I was lucky enough to get a placement during my studies in Hong Kong Museum of Art. This is where I met many world-class curators who teach me how to curate an exhibition and also how to estimate or evaluate the potential of artists. And then in year 2009 and year 2011, my two babies arrived. If you know, I mean, if you are full-time working mom, you will know how it feels like. And because of that, me and my husband has made a very bold decision in year 2014. We decided to bring our two children to start a spiritual journey and then travel to different places, such as Thailand, China, and then Japan. The first station is Thailand. We learn about Thai herbs, Thai massage and spa, Thai cuisine. And above all, we learn about Thai beautiful smile and kindness. The second station is Chengdu, China. My kids learn Chinese Kung Fu, and me and my husband are practicing Tai Chi, learning about the art of energy. And we even took a road trip to Tibet. It is a place where it is 5,000 meters above the sea level. The energy and vibes there is completely different from here. And in each place we stayed and sojourned, we published books. In total, we published 9 books, and 3 of them is all about our journey. The others are about self-help and self-learning. One thing the journey has taught me is that, okay, talking about my background first, I always have an issue about my identity. I don't know where I can't even answer a very simple question: who am I? Am I British? Am I Chinese? Or am I Hong Kongers? But traveling to so many different places and meeting so many different people make me realize one thing. We all share similar values, and we all uphold love, compassion, and kindness. And in that sense, I think we are all global villagers living on the planet called Earth. Last year, I got a very crazy idea. I thought, how about turning the wall of my garden into a mural? I thought I was crazy, but my landlord is crazier. Okay, go ahead. You can draw whatever you like on my wall. And something is beyond my imagination happened. In the past, I keep a friendly relationship with my neighbors, but we never really talk deep. We would say hi and bye. That's all. We always have a thin wall between ourselves. But ever since I started this project, when I was painting or creating, they would stop by and say hi to me and, are very curious about what I'm painting. And when the project ended, they even stand in front of it and take picture and, create lovely poses. Some of them even stopped and talked to me. They won't do that in the past and share with me their deepest stories that touch my heart. I'm going to share only one of them with you. So many of them are very amazing. One of the girls told me she came here because of her husband. Her husband need to work here. It's the first time she has ever been so far away from home, and it's the first time she's been in Asia. And when she first arrived at Okinawa, she felt afraid and also very nervous. She is scared about everything. But looking at this angel wing, she felt that, this soothed her heart. And then she felt that people around her are welcoming and friendly. And she told me this, and I was speechless. To me, in the past, art is about expressing myself. That's all. But after this project, I think art is so much more than that. It can uplift people's emotion. It can bring the community together. It can change people. Think about how this mural can bring down the walls between me and my neighbors. So back to this topic. Okinawa's unique art taste lies in its diverse culture. It is a cultural melting pot, and if you trace back history, it has, relationships with Japan, China, Southeast Asia, like Thailand, and also the West. It's much like what am I now? So I can so relate to it because I'm a Hong Konger, raising up in a very Western style, and then living in Okinawa, Japan. I embrace tradition, but I'm also very eager to bring changes to the world. This is my latest series. Usually, people use water and paint in their art creation. But in my latest series, which is called Sake Sumie, I'm using wine in my painting. Whenever I put one droplet of wine in it, the paint goes their own way. As if I'm introducing randomness in my painting. I'm no longer the creator of it. I'm also inviting the spirits around me to collaborate this project with me. It is like dancing tango with God. And this is another series. It's inspired by Okinawa Ocean and also Okinawa proverb. Ocean will give you the answer. We all know the ocean is magical here. Somehow when you look at it, your worries will be gone. My intention of painting this series is that whoever brought this home will be reminded that they can always think out of the box. They can always be brave, courageous, and also open-minded. At last, as an art collector, I want to show you something only the insider knows. This is a picture from Christie's auction, and it's about the painting here. It's from Zhang Dai Chen. And this painting is realized as the price of 23 million US dollars. For if you live in Okinawa, you know with 1 million US, you can easily buy a seafront house. But this painting allows you to buy 23 houses here. What I'm trying to say is that art appreciates over time, and it's never too late to start collecting art at your home. It doesn't only bring good taste to your house, it also is the best education for your kids. And if you haven't started collecting art now, seize the chance tonight. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much, Isabella Summers. That was really beautiful and really inspiring. I really particularly love the art, especially the one here to the right of the screen. I know you can't see it if you're online. It's really stunning. So our first speaker tonight, I guess when I approached her to ask her if she wanted to talk, and we were talking about all the different topics she could talk about, I think the thing that struck me hardest was she was like, I can talk about femtech, but really, femtech, can we please have some actual fem science first? And I 100% agree with that. And Olga Eliseva, or Dr. Olga Eliseva, so the blurb for her speech is, the immune system is still a very poorly understood organ, and its role in women's health is beyond their 40th, like most aspects of women's health, has simply not been researched enough. Marked by stigma, especially in Asian societies, menopause transition is a social, cultural, and medical issue that needs more attention. Dr. Olga Eliseva, who received her MD in 1996, has been working for the last 8 years as a staff scientist at OIS. She recently created her own startup company, Her Life Lab Inc., and is determined to bring more scientific evidence to the field to help women live healthy lives beyond menopause. Thank you very much.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us today. And it seems like Okinawa is so much inspiring that we all using, to a certain extent, some Okinawan motifs. So today is the last day of Eisa, of Obon, and there will be lots of Eisa dancing outside. So I'm going to use some characters from these books that I really admire. It's about family and about ancestors that Okinawans worship so much. So this is a picture of their sperm fertilizing egg. And the moment there are 2 X chromosomes from father and mother become one cell, there is a woman that start growing from that cell. And the women inherit all their DNA information that carried by her ancestors, her beauty, her health, her hairs, her eyes. But more than that, that woman also inherits legacy of many, many generations of women in her ancestry. So, and unfortunately, sometimes this legacy is very bright and happy. It's about love, it's about having children, But some of this legacy has really brought impact on the health of the woman. And the reason is because there is so much misconception about women's body. So there will be the women who start menstruating in her early teens will be always told that bearing pain is normal. It's part of being a woman. Women who in some cultures will be simply put out of the house when they are menstruating because they are considered being dirty. And it's a time in the life cycles when they need the help from their people around them the most, but they will be treated as a garbage just because they have uterus and they are menstruating. But at the same time, when it comes to the childbearing or pleasing the man, they need to be back in the house because this is the main purpose of being a woman. And this is unfortunately what misogynistic society very often does to women all around the world. I graduated from medical school, and of course we all talk about Hippocrates. He's the main teacher of medicine. He was an amazing scholar, but he used to consider women as being not perfect version of a man. And he was doing his teaching in about 2,400 years ago. But 20 years ago, when I graduated from medical school, our understanding about women's body was about the same. It's imperfect copy of a male body. So this is roughly, there are kind of, you don't need to see the details, but this is hormones that both men and women do have circulating in our body. And this is basically what builds our body's universe. This is what makes us functional, and this is what makes us at the same time us different, what creates our female or male biochemistry. And the tiny difference between us is just lays in what's happening in males' sexual organs or female sexual organs. The rest is more or less quite the same. Isn't it amazing that this tiny difference creates such a big difference in phenotype-wise? But we always have to deal with the hormones. To say better, we always have to surf on our hormones, figure out how to surf on them, that we can take care of our house stuff. Those who want to have career, take care of our career and keep our sanity. So this is also kind of really brief explanation of the changes that happen in different stages of menstrual cycle. So if women's menstrual cycle is on average 28 days, then there will be 4 different phases where different hormones goes up and down. And whenever women will go and complain that she doesn't feel bad, they'll say, it's your hormones and it's in your mind. So modern women, compared to our ancestors, menstruate way more. Women in previous years used to deliver many kids, and they used to die quite early. Nowadays, women start menstruating way earlier. They get pregnant way later, if ever, and we live way longer. And we try to be as spontaneous as possible, as high-performing superwomen during these years of our activities. But unfortunately, these many menstrual cycles that we go through also put quite a lot of pressure on our bodies. So what's happened, for example, throughout the life, if you look throughout the life, there is like increase of the sex hormones. I'm talking about women. And then with their beginning of menstruation, there is this cyclic changes. During pregnancy, there is this high up to keep pregnancy safe, and there is low down while women start to breastfeed. And if you have another pregnancy, the cycle will repeat. What's happened in menopause when hormones get crazy and go up and down over the scale, you can pretty much appreciate what women are going through. And then during menopause and postmenopause, there is big decrease in hormonal levels. In the meantime, male hormones are pretty much steady. And of course, they fluctuate throughout the day, whether males have physical activity or sexual activity. There is small fluctuation, but nothing to compare to what women are going through in their lifetime. Moreover, if you maybe here is easier to see, if we talk about estrogen with a predominant female hormone and testosterone with a predominant male hormone, you will quite well appreciate that male will have 80 years old male have way more female testosterone or his hormones than female in 50. In their 50s. So no wonder that women are, now it's becoming more and more topic when women are complaining about not having proper health care during the menopause transition. As I show you previously, both men and women have both female and male hormones. It's just a matter of balance. So their 80 years old men will still have some female hormones, while women in their 50s barely have both estrogen and testosterone. So, but we literally barely have anything about all the aspects of women biology compared to male biology. And it all comes from the time of Hippocrates, who says that, well, woman is just poor version of a male. So why would you even study women? So it's very frustrating for many women not to have answers to the question when they go and see a medical practitioner. But it's way more frustrating to even know that those questions was never asked. Many women are living in constant pain, and